Lesson 4. Entering and formatting data. Entering data. Entering data is straightforward in Excel. You can either select a cell and enter text or numbers into it, or you can select a cell and then enter the data in the formula bar. Or you can use a copy or cut and paste sequence. Most of the formatting of data is done by either the commands on the Home tab or by using the Format Cells dialog box. Entering data into multiple sheets. You can enter data or apply formatting into multiple sheets at once by selecting multiple sheets and then entering the data or applying formatting into a cell. Whatever is entered into one of the sheets will appear in the other sheets as well. Selecting multiple sheets is a great way to apply data and or formatting to many sheets at once. And I already showed an example of that in the first lesson, but I'll do it one more time. Say you want to input something into cell 016, but you want to do it for two other sheets besides this one. Hold down Control and then select the sheets that you want to apply it to, and then type in your data and apply your formatting. You can see that on the other sheets in the same cell, the data and formatting has been applied. And of course you can do it to all the sheets at once by right-clicking and selecting all sheets and then inputting your data and formatting on the one sheet. Whatever you apply on one sheet, whatever you enter and format on one sheet will be applied to all the other selected sheets. Clipboard Group on the Home tab. It consists of your copy, cut, paste, and format painter. Copy, cut, and paste. Copy. When you copy, you are copying data from a cell or cell range and inserting the data into another cell or cell range. The data you copy appears in the new cell being pasted to and remains in the old cell. When you copy data from a cell or range of cells, the data format, and the cell format are all copied. To copy a cell, you can use the clipboard. Select the cell and then go to Home, Clipboard Group, Copy. Or you can right-click on the cell and choose Copy. And you can also just type Control-C on your keyboard, shortcut to copy. Cut. When you cut data from a cell or a range of cells, you're moving the data to another cell or range of cells. When you cut the data, it moves the data from the cell being cut and only appears in the new cell being pasted to. When you cut data from a cell or range of cells, the data format and the cell format are all cut. To cut data, again, you can use the Clipboard Group and then click Cut. Or you can right click, choose Cut, or Control X. Copying or cutting from within a cell. Sometimes you may want to copy or cut just part of a cell's contents as opposed to the whole cell. So for example, if I cut this cell and then paste it, I'm taking the whole cell. Let's say that this cell contains some text, and I copy it and paste it somewhere else. I took everything in that cell, but let's say I just want to take the last two letters in that cell. I can double click in the cell and select just what I want to copy or cut, and then cut it or copy it and then paste it. Another way to do it is just hit your F2 key, which moves you into what's known as insert mode. You see the mouse cursor known as the insertion point blinking. That means you're in the insertion mode, which allows you to copy, cut, and paste from within a cell, or to enter into it. Clipboard. When you copy or cut data, you move it to the clipboard, which stores the data for pasting until cleared or until the file is closed. Up to 24 items may be stored across all open Microsoft Office applications. To view the clipboard, just go to the Home tab and then click on the Clipboard Group's dialog box launcher. Any of the items that you copy or cut, not only in Excel but all the other Microsoft Office applications, will show up here. So for example, if I copy 6 here, which is cell C5, it gets added to the clipboard. To use the clipboard, you can just click on the cell that you want to paste into and then click on one of the clipboard items. To delete an item, just click the drop down and then delete, or clear all. And just like most of the panes you'll find in Excel, you can click on the title up here and then drag to the new location. So if you don't want it displayed on the left, you want it displayed somewhere else, you can click and drag it and move it somewhere else. To repin it to the left hand side, you can just drag it all the way back over. So again, the clipboard is a very useful feature that stores all your copied and cut items, up to 24 at a time, across all your Microsoft Office applications. And the purpose is so that you can quickly paste in these items into your spreadsheet or any other Microsoft application that you have open. Paste. Pasting data means placing the data and or cell format that was copied or cut into a new cell or cell range. To paste data, you can do so by using the Clipboard Group. You can copy an item by using the clipboard, say. Click on where you want to copy to and then go to paste. Or you can right click and choose paste. You have a number of paste options available. The first one is just pasting, which means you're pasting both the cell content as well as the format. And the shortcut to paste is Control V. Copy paste values. To copy just the value from a cell as opposed to a cell's format and value, you can use the copy paste value. To do so, copy your item. Select the cell you want to copy it to, and then you can go to Home, Clipboard Group, Paste, and then choose paste values value, which is the first option. And you can see that just the cell's value was copied, format was not. Another way to do it is to paste by right-clicking and then choosing paste special, paste values value. Or you can just paste it normal and then use the flyout menu here to choose just the value. Format Painter. The Format Painter is used to apply cell formatting from one cell to another cell in just a few clicks. To use the Format Painter, select the cell you want to copy the format from. Click on the Format Painter icon found at Home Clipboard. You can see that my cursor is turned into the default plus a paintbrush next to it, which means the Format Painter has been turned on. Then you just click on the cell that you want to apply to. And then when I typed any of my text inside, you see that it's also green, which matches the format found from the copied cell. To use the Format Painter multiple times at once, click on the cell that you want to format from and then double click on Format Painter, which will pin the Format Painter, which allows you to apply it to more cells at one time. And you can exit the Format Painter by hitting your escape key or by clicking on Format Painter again. Just a quick example of copy versus cut. Again, if I copy and paste, you can see that the original cell, the cell that I copied from, nothing changed, it still remains. I just made a copy of it and pasted it somewhere else. Whereas if I cut, either by right clicking and then choosing cut or going to the Clipboard Group and cut, and then I paste it somewhere else, the whole cell got moved. So that's just a quick example of the difference between copy versus cut. Font group. The font group commands are used to format text and numbers. The font group consists of the following commands. And again, the font group is found on the Home tab. Bold, to bold your text or number. Italicize, to italicize. Underline, to underline. You have your font type here, which when I scroll over you can see that changes, and I'll just go to this other cell so you can see a better example. As I scroll over, you can see that the font type changes and what the font type looks like. And then of course you have your size, larger to smaller. Then you have your increase font size and decrease font size commands. Borders. You can add a bottom border, top, left, right, or a border to all sides. Or you can draw a border. Or you can go down to more borders. And in this preview pane here, you can manually draw the type of border that you want. Notice this is the border tab of the Format Cells dialog box. Fill color, this one here, allows you to change the different colors of the background of the cell. And you can even choose some other colors down here. And then you have your font color. And there are more formatting options available to you when you launch the dialog box launcher found under the font group, which brings up the Format Cells dialog box with Font tab opened. The alignment group of the Home tab. Use these commands to position your data within a cell. You have the vertical alignment, which are these three buttons here. You have the top align, middle align, and bottom align. You can see that it's positioning it horizontally within the cell. Then you have your horizontal alignment, left, center, and right. Then you have orientation, which allows you to rotate your text. And you can even go to the Format Cells dialog box for more alignment options. You can increase your indent or decrease it. Wrapping text. If I don't have it wrapped, you can see that the display is over a number of cells. Unless you type something in a cell adjacent to it, then it'll be hidden. It won't be displayed. But if I don't have anything there, when it's not wrapped, the text will overflow into the next cells. When you click wrap, it'll all be displayed within that cell. And then merge and center, which allows you to merge cells together. And again, you can find additional formatting options in the alignment dialog box launcher, which brings up Format Cells alignment tab. Number group. Use the commands in the number group found on the Home tab to format your numbers. Use this number format drop-down to choose a format for your numbers, such as currency, accounting, so forth. And you can use this one too if you wanted to drill down to further detail for your currency or accounting numbers. Say you want to use a euro symbol. If you want to change your number to percent style, click this button, which changes it into percent. Or use this one for a comma style. So if you have enough numbers there, it'll format so that commas come after every thousands. So in the thousandths place, etc. You can use these commands here to increase the decimal, which is increasing the number of decimal places, or you can decrease. And again, further formatting options are available when you click on the dialog box launcher found in the number group. which of course launches the Format Cells with a Number tab opened. Editing group. In the editing group, you can choose to auto sum. So again, say you have some numbers next to each other, you can choose auto sum and either sum, which will sum your numbers together, or you can choose another function such as average, count, max, min, etc. Fill. You can use fill to continue a series or pattern into adjacent cells. Clear will clear just the data from a cell. You can clear the format, the content, comment, etc. So you go here to clear just specific things within a cell if you don't want it deleted. Sort and filter, to sort and filter your data, and I'll talk more about that in another chapter, as well as the find and select. Format cells dialog box. Again, a lot of your formatting options can be found in the Format Cells dialog box, which can be opened by clicking on a dialog box launcher, either in the font group, alignment group, or number group, or by right-clicking a cell and going to Format Cells. Or you can type Control-Shift-F. And again, the Format Cells dialog box will present you with many more options to format your cells. It's very important. Fill handle. You can use the fill handle to copy a cell's data, formula, or format to adjacent cells. To use the fill handle, select a cell or cell range. Scroll over the bottom right hand corner until your cursor becomes crosshairs. You see that black cross, and then just drag it to the adjacent cell. And in this case, Excel inputted into the cell the next in the series, so it saw 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what I selected, and I used the fill handle. It inputted 5 because that's the next expected value. I can always, of course, use it vertically. So again, you scroll over and you see that black cross, and then you just drag it. But let's say I don't want 5 as the next value. I could use autofill, which is this icon here. So if I click it on, I'll see a flyout menu that gives me fill options. I could copy the cells, or I can fill the series, which is the default, or I can just fill the formatting. So for example, say I don't want Thursday the next in the series, I can choose just the formatting. It'll fill the formatting only. Or I could fill without formatting, which would give me the next in the series but not fill the format. So again, the autofill feature is a very handy feature that allows you to choose how your selected data is filled into the adjacent cell using the fill handle. And that does it for lesson 4.